This EPB Classic Rerun is brought to you by Calvert and Nunn Insurance in Glasgow.
First batter here for Bob's Gun and Tackle is going to be Danny Simmons, the left fielder.
Danny used to have just tremendous speed. He'd beat out infield hits. He comes from that left side.
And hits it to the right side. That'll be fielded by Billy Lindsay over to Clifton Williams at first base for out number one. And that will bring Carl Napier to the plate.
Carl, a long-time pitcher. He steps in also on the left side.
Johnny Vance on deck.
We probably won't see too many walks in this game.
Probably not.
There's a strike right on the back of the plate there.
The ground ball to the right side. Billy Lindsay again makes the play over to Clifton Williams for out number two. So Billy's 2 for 2 here in the first two batters.
Trying his arm, aren't they? We've had 3 pitches and 2 outs. Both balls hit to Billy Lindsay at second base.
Of course, Billy about to start his first year at the helm of the Glasgow Scotty football program. Of course, former head coach at Taylor County and at Berrien County. Been an assistant with Glasgow the last couple of years under Coach Jerry Eubank.
Coach Donnie Vance steps in. He's also a left-hander, and they've backed up. Ernie and Earl have backed up for him. Tell you, guys not here hadn't played in the last couple of years that would hit the ball probably as hard as anybody after they got old-timers. Marvin Witcher, we had a game a couple of years ago. He hit a couple out. I mean, he'd kill it. Inside or deep?
It was a little bit deep. We've got 2 down here in the top of the first inning. Ball just a bit outside. That one drops in for a strike.
I don't see how Jimmy Farrell gets down there and bends his knees and catches them balls. It kill my knees to have to bend up and get down that much.
On in there for a call strike as well. So a full count now on Johnny Vance. Of course, Johnny, the head baseball coach over at Berrien County after many years up at Franklin Simpson as an assistant.
He's going to help with football this year.
He decided not to help with football.
Well, it was in the paper last week. That was a fly ball to Earl Hatchett there in right center for out number 3. So it's 3 up and 3 down for the Bob's Gun and Tackle. They scored no runs, no hits, nobody left on. We'll return after this timeout on WCAU Sports.
Hose burst. It always happens when you least expect.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Trail Park. We go to the bottom of the first inning. No score here in this men's contest, the 7th annual Randall Cook Memorial Softball Classic. And coming back for the first time in the ball game will be the Gross Oil team. Earl Kilburn, Bobby Lander, and Mike Smith will be the first 3 batters.
Yeah, Buddy Earl, don't let anybody get behind you, Kilburn. I don't know if you remember that or not.
I remember that. How could I ever forget it? It's ingrained into my head.
With those football games, don't let them get behind you. Napier on the mound. Did you go through the defense? Was it right this time, or do you need any help?
Well, I don't know. We'll just figure it out as we go along here.
Well, I believe we got Phil Rogers behind the plate. Carl Napier's on the mound. We got Joe Jackman at first. Joe Danny Hounson's at second. Coach Eubanks at short.
Kilburn hits a foul ball out of play to the right side.
That's going to be out of play. We've got Coach Johnny Vance on third base. Got Johnny Russell, I believe, there in left field. Got Danny Simmons in left center. Billy Joe Toms is in right center, and then Bobby Duval's in right field. I want you to look. All 4 outfielders are left-handed.
Kilburn hits a base hit into right field.
That's our first base hit of this ball game.
Bobby Duval comes up to field it. That'll bring Bobby Landrum to the plate.
Bobby Landrum, the Gross Oil shortstop. There's another hit. I believe it's safe there. It is.
Yep, down the left field line.
He'll run it down and then booted. Calvert started to go third. I think he may have already pulled a hamstring. He started trying to slow up, and I think that's when he sort of hurt it a little bit. But
well, he's in there safely at third base.
It was a single, and Russell kicked that one into the fence, and the runners were able to move up one.
So, 2 ducks on the pond, as they say, for this Gross Oil team. Mike Smith coming to bat. Nobody out in the bottom of the first.
Mike Smith played football, baseball, ran track, basketball at Glasgow High, and then went on and played football at Eastern Kentucky University.
Just an all-around athlete.
We've got Butch Cassidy, I believe, on deck. Of course, Butch is Micah's daddy. That one hit the plate for ball one. We'll just have to skip Freddie Jones. He may not got here. There's a ground ball to Coach Eubank at shortstop. He'll hold the runner at third. Nice play by Coach Eubank, a 6-3 put out for the first out.
Textbook there by Scotty, assistant football coach now.
He's like a vacuum cleaner there at short. Very still nimble. I think last year's first year they got him out here.
Looks pretty good on that one.
He took that on one hop, gave Earl Kilburn a look. Earl, after that John into third base, decided to hold up.
One away as Butch Cassidy steps up. First pitch from Carl Napier in there for a strike. Popped up foul.
You know, these pitchers that pitch for the men, they're used to pitching this slow pitch. They'll make that delivery, and then they start back treading right there at that plate. And you'll see a lot of those, real good pitchers are the ones they'll get back. See, they cover that middle. They're just like an extra infield.
Right. Cassidy pops it up on the infield. Johnny Vance comes in on it and makes the underhanded catch. Out number 2.
Well, after back-to-back leadoff singles, 2 outs recorded by Bob's gun and tackle, and I believe we'll have James Clemens step in, the center fielder. Needs a base hit to get a run.
First pitch from Napier, I think it was called a strike. Clemens, ground ball to the shortstop. Terry Eubank up with it. In time, over to Joe Jackman at first, and Bob's gun and tackle gets out of the bottom of the first inning without giving up any runs.
Oh, he hit it to the wrong guy. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on after 1 completed. 0-0 here in the Randall Cook Old Timers Classic. We'll be right back after this timeout on WCAU Sports.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
In the top of the second, he'll be followed by Jerry Eubank and Bobby Duval.
4th straight hitter gets up there from the left side for Bob's gun and tackle.
Mike Smith still pitching, of course, here for Gross Oil. Russell hits it to left field. That's going to drop. A base hit. Earl Kilburn coming up on it.
Because Earl
And Russell pulls in safely at second base with the stand-up double.
Johnny Russell, one of those spray hitters. He can hit the ball long, but he catches. He looks around the field and he just pokes it where you're not.
And yet another left-handed hitter comes up for Bob's gun and tackle, Jerry Eubank.
Duval will break the mold. He'll bat from the right side. He throws left, but bats right. Coach Eubank a step in with a runner on second base. First threat for Bob's gun and tackle. Ooh, a bunt.
Another out in front of the plate, swinging bunt. But it's foul. Timmy Farrell came out, killed it in foul territory.
Hey, I can't bunt in slow pitch softball. Coach, that shows you how crafty he is. He's going to sneak one down there.
There's a base hit between short and third.
That's a rocket.
Kilburn gets it in onto the infield. Runners at first and third now. Runners at the corners for Bob's gun and tackle.
Back-to-back hits for Bob's gun and tackle. They have scoring threat here with Bobby Duvall stand in.
Bobby playing right field tonight.
Bobby's retired from the Glasgow Independent School System. I think he's working at South Central Bank now.
He's a former Scotty assistant football coach as well.
Right. He coached at the middle school level. Was a head softball coach for a year or two there. And fast pitch.
Ground ball to second base. Billy Lindsay has it. Goes to shortstop. Bobby Landrum covering the bag, and he lost his footing, but still they get the out there at second base. But one run does score as Johnny Russell comes in from third base. So the first run of the ball game comes across the plate. Bob's going to tackle, take the 1-0 lead. But now one away here in the top of the second with Phil Rogers coming up.
Yeah, Bobby Duvall pick up a RBI on the fielder's choice. Of course, Billy Lindsay tried to flip it over a backhanded, and Bobby didn't get his feet just right, perfect to get the bag. He was able to get the bag and get the force, but lost his footing and no chance for the double play. Phil Rogers from the Corona area. He'll hit
it back up the middle off of Smith's glove. Lindsay, what an unbelievable play. Wow. I want to try to describe that one to you as that ball ricocheted off Mike Smith's glove, and Billy Lindsay literally bent over and flipped it between his legs to Bobby Landrum covering second base.
That's a 1-4-6 put out right there. He tossed that back, and
that was a great play.
We probably won't see another one like that tonight.
Well, the batter is going to be Joe Jackman.
Billy always was one for the flair, though. He has to put a little flair into the things. He's the kind of guy when he played outfield that would go back to the fence and jump, just to make it look harder than what it is. Ooh, that about got a fan.
Out of play down the third base line.
Put a little flair into that one.
Billy Joe Toms on deck. The ball comes back in to play here. Now Mike Smith set to go. He delivers. Hitting the air to center field.
That could be trouble.
And it'll drop into short center field. Billy Lindsay tried to go out from his second base spot and make a backhanded catch, but couldn't get there.
James Clement pretty deep, and he's running pretty hard. James with very good speed. He'd had to dive for that ball, so a base hit for Joe Jackman, and Bob's gun and tackle with Phil Rogers on second base. A base hit may score another run.
Here's Billy Joe Toms. I don't believe I've ever seen so many left-handed batters on one team.
So far, all but two.
Another lefty here. That's hit in the air to left field, and that's going to drop for a base hit.
Outfield's pulled a muscle.
Phil coming in. He will score. Slowly but surely.
Billy Joe Toms goes in, standing up with a double there at second base. He'll pick up an RBI as Joe Jackman moves to third. They're going to have to get the Linneman out back there in the dugout. They may not be able to finish this game.
I don't think we've got any subs, do we? We may be in trouble here.
No, Joe Danny said that Dr. Ralston came in, that he's had surgery, but he's not dressed. He said he might bat, but he doesn't have on his shoes, and he's standing out talking, so I don't look for him to play. So he's down there talking to John Taylor and Dennis Cawthorn. So
2-0 lead here for Bob's gun and tackle. 2 away in the top of the second inning, and the batter is Joe Danny Houchins. Hit right back up the middle. Lindsay fielded at second base. The throw to Williams in the dirt, but he digs it out to record out number 3. So that'll do it for Bob's gun and tackle in the top of the second, but they get on the scoreboard.
Yes, they do. They pick up 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 1 left on. So after 1 1/2, Bob's going to tackle 2. Gross Oil coming to bat. We'll be right back after this timeout on WCLU Sports.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Bottom of the second inning, they lead Gross Oil. And Jimmy Farrell going to lead things off for Gross Oil. That'll be followed by Clifton Williams and Billy Lindsay.
Yeah, he's going to step in from the left side.
Bill Rogers, we told you, looked like may have injured himself a little bit running the bases a moment ago, but he's going to tough it out here and come back out behind the plate. Serve as catcher.
It's a good thing he's catching it.
Yeah, that's right. Turned out to be a pretty nice night down here at Beaver Trail Park. Of course, we've got a couple of fans blowing on us from each side, so that's probably helping us. Probably not quite as cool down on the field and in the bleachers. Farrell, the batter, ground ball to the left side. Johnny Vance charges, comes in on it, makes the play over at first base. 4 out, number 1.
Oh, Jimmy may be a little bit lame. I tell you, he was hustling down there. He caught the bag on the side of his foot. He looked back to see where the ball was. With nice throw by Coach Vance. Out number 1.
And here's Clifton Williams.
Clifton Williams, first player to ever wear white shoes on the baseball team at Glasgow High.
That's his claim to fame, huh?
Clifton's played a lot of softball.
Yes, he has. I don't know if he still plays. He was just playing a couple of years ago when I was playing. Ball hit back up the middle. Jerry Eubank fields it at shortstop and over to Jackman at first for out number 2.
Well, they've had 5 outs so far, and Jerry Eubank has put out 3 of them.
Billy Lindsay's made several for Bob's Gun and Tackle.
Yes, he has.
So football coaches getting a lot of action defensively here.
And we probably won't see one by Coach Eubank that like Billy made in that last inning. Ooh.
Billy Lindsay, by the way, is the batter. And Billy tried to give that one a ride and couldn't make contact. Carl Napier pitching for Bob's Gun and Tackle. Lindsay ropes it into left field. That drops in for a hit. Billy on with the single. And Ernie Myers.
Big dive. Dropped about 40 pounds.
Looking good. Gonna have to get his secret.
Probably won't have that home run tire.
Pop up on the infield. That'll be caught by Johnny Vance in foul territory. And just like that, Gross Oil is retired in the bottom of the second inning.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. After 2 complete, Bob's going to tackle 2. Gross Oil 0. We will return after this timeout on 14 Karat Gold Sports.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
WCLU introduces an online auction experience like you've never experienced before. WCLU Online Auctions is now online at WCLUradio.com, featuring great local products and services you can actually bid on while getting big discounts off retail prices. Log on now to WCLUradio.com to experience the new WCLU Online Auctions. Some of the great things you can bid on right now are
Auctions ending this week include $15 gift certificates to Papa John's Pizza in Glasgow, $25 gift certificate to Kids Closet, a $25 gift certificate to Scrapbook Village, a compact laptop, and a PS2 controller from Apollo PC Glasgow. Glasgow's local online auction only at WCLUradio.com.
You get big discounts off retail prices when you go to WCLU Online Auctions. Point, click, save with WCLU Online Auctions. Only on WCLUradio.com.
Back here at Beaver Trail Park, Joe Myers and Bruce Trabue with you. We go to the top of the third inning, 2-0 All Classic. And coming to bat for Bob Bob's Gun and Tackle, Danny Simmons, Carl Napier, and Johnny Vance.
Guess we ought to start doing like the Hawks got to start a game. Maybe we come out of here on the night before and we can have a Jim Moody home run contest or something.
I have to talk to Jimmy about that one.
See what he thinks about that. Danny Simmons, the batter, grounded out to Billy Lindsay at second base, his first at bat.
It's in the area of left, or right center field, I should say. Coming in on it, making a little basket catch out there is Earl Hatchett. That'll bring Carl Napier up.
And he also grounded out to Billy Lindsay in his first at bat.
Drive into right field, and Ernie Myers gets it back in, but Carl reaches safely. He'll be on with a one-out single, and Johnny Vance steps up.
Johnny hit a fly ball to Earl Hatchett to end the first inning. Waits a minute till his outfielders can back up. Takes a little while for them to get out there. They have to wait for them to adjust for each batter.
Coach Vance looks like he could still go out and play about 9 innings of hardball, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He still works out quite a bit, I believe.
He made it to the AAA level, I believe, didn't he?
The Pittsburgh Pirate organization, drafted out of Western Kentucky. Of course, a two-sport star at Western.
Yep, football and baseball. Quarterback, I believe, for the Hilltoppers.
And punter. He had an opportunity to try go out as a punter in baseball. He'll have a base hit.
Back up the middle.
In football, I'm sorry.
Carl Napier around second. He's looking to go from first to third, and he'll do it.
I just don't understand why anybody wants to try to take that extra base. They should have seen by now the pull muscles.
I don't think pride's going to let most of these guys pull up.
Oh, a lot of these guys aren't playing as much softball. They still play some golf, but they ride around in the cart. They don't walk it.
First and third. Coming to bat is Johnny Russell.
He had a double down the left field line his first at bat.
And watches the first one go by for a strike. There's a rope in the right center field. That drops for a hit. Johnny Vance rounds second. He's on his way to third as Napier scores from third base. Make it a 3-0 lead for Bob's Gun and Tackle.
Johnny Russell will pick up an RBI. He's 2 for 2 on the evening, and Jerry Eubank will step in. He singled into left field his first at bat.
Hits it to Lindsay at second base.
Boom! Oh, dropped it.
And they get the out at shortstop with Bobby Landrum covering, but then Clifton Williams couldn't hang on to it at first base. May have had double play, who knows. Would have been close. But another run scores as Johnny Vance comes in from third base, and it's a 4-0 lead now for Bob's Gun and Tackle.
Jerry Eubank will pick up the RBI on the fielder's choice. Duval steps in, and he hit into a fielder's choice his first at bat. Did pick up an RBI. He grounded Billy Lindsay at second base.
And does it again. Billy comes up with it. Over to Williams at first for out number 3. So, Bob's Gun and Tackle retired here in the top of the third, but not before they push another couple runs across.
Well, you're right, Joe. They picked up 2 runs off of 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. So after 2.5 innings, it's Bob Gun and Tackle 4, Gross Oil 0. We'll be right back on WCLU Sports.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Thinking about it, your 1/3 of a pound of Angus beef with fried jalapeno strips and spicy barbecue sauce. It ain't for babies. New at Hardee's. For a limited time at participating restaurants.
Earl Hatchett leads things off for Gross Oil here in the bottom of the third. Ground ball to Johnny Vance. He fields it, but the throw is in the dirt, and Hatchett reaches safely.
Earl moving down the line. Johnny rushes his throw there, and Hatchett will get on via the air, and we're back to the top of the order, and Earl Kilburn will step in. Had a single there in the first inning, but was stranded on third base.
Carl Napier still pitching for Bob's Gun and Tackle. Pitch.
That's the only other
Bit deep, I think.
player I remember out there probably that could pitch for Bob's Gun and Tackle. Danny Haskins used to pitch some, but there's not many others out there. Most of them are about where they usually play.
Kilburn ropes this one to right field. That gets in between first and second base, and Earl Hatchett in trouble. He fell as he tried to round second base, and then diving back in, Jerry Eubank able to apply the tag, and they get Hatchett. Earl had plans of going to third base, but tripped up over the bag, it looked like, and then by the time he was able to get back, it was too late.
9-6 put out. As Coach Eubank applies the tag, he tried to crawl back in there, and just as you get a little older, it's just hard to do those things that you used to do. Your mind still tells you want to do it, but your body can't.
Here comes Bobby Landrum.
These guys are so used to playing competitive, they want to try to get that extra base or make that turn, and then they get it, and it fails on them. Bobby Landrum had a single his first at bat.
It's a ball well in the left field. That drops in for a hit. Johnny Russell gets it back in. Runners at first and second now. One away in the bottom of the third inning.
I think Earl Kilburn learned from that first at bat. He didn't try to take that extra base.
No, he didn't.
He gets to second and holds up.
4-0 lead for Bob's Gun and Tackle as Mike Smith will come to the plate.
Grounded out to Jerry Eubank at short, his first at bat. That ball's inside.
Again, let's remind you about the State Co-Ed Recreational Slow Pitch Softball Tournament going to be held here in Glasgow on Saturday, August the 6th. Smith hits the ball to left field. That'll good. Get between short and third for a hit. Now the bases will be loaded. Again, Saturday, August 6th, State Co-Ed Recreational Slow Pitch Softball Tournament here in Glasgow. The entry fee is $200, ASA sanction fee $25. Entries will be received through Wednesday, August 3rd at 4 o'clock, and August 7th will be used for a rain date if necessary. And if you want to get more information on that, you can call the Recreation Department at 651-3811.
Butch Cassidy, the third baseman for Gross Oil, will step in. Popped out to Johnny Vance at third base, his first at bat.
Drops in there for a strike. That one just a bit inside. 1-1 to count. Cassidy at bat with the bases loaded. Chance for Gross Oil to break the ice here. Ground ball down the third base line is in to left field. Kilburn will score. Bobby Landrum comes around third and he'll score. So a 4-2 ball game now.
Butch Cassidy picked up 2 RBIs, and good hustle by Bobby Landrum, and Gross Oil now on the board. They cut the lead in half.
And here's the left center fielder, James Clemens.
James also grounded out to Jerry Eubank at shortstop, his first at bat. Got Jimmy Farrell on deck. One away.
This ball hit well, and it's going to get over the head out there of Johnny Russell.
That ball just kept going, didn't it? Russell thought he had a bead on it, and Butch Cassidy going to try to score.
Mike Smith does score. Butch Cassidy also scores, and we're tied at 4.
I believe that'll be the first extra base hit for Gross Oil. A double by James Clemens. 2 RBIs, and it's now 4-4.
That will bring Mr. Jimmy Farrell to the plate.
Councilman Jimmy Farrell. We give Jimmy a hard time, but they let us come out here and use the facilities and play, and it's a good time for all, for a good cause.
I've played a lot of softball at this place too. It's a really nice facility out here at Beaver Trail Park. The 4 fields right next to each other here. Arrow gets a base hit into right field. And James Clemens, he will score. Goes in from second base. Gross Oil takes a 5-4 lead now. All 5 of those runs coming here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Give the Councilman an RBI. Still just 1 out. That's right.
Here's Clifton Williams.
Really, if Earl hadn't, of course, he got on via the error, but if he hadn't failed going around second base, he would have scored.
Pitch from Napier a bit inside. Billy Lindsay on deck. That one drops in for a strike. Ground ball goes foul to the 3rd base line.
Clifton's got on a Sooners jersey.
Sooners hat too, I believe.
That's who played the last game with the Sooners. But his is the Oklahoma Sooners.
The Sooners did win the women's game here this evening, by the way, earlier tonight.
14-11. Very good ball game.
Yep, over the big timers. Williams back up the middle. That'll be a hit to center field. Farrell makes his way to second base. So runners at first and second. Coach Billy Lindsay coming to the plate.
Tell you, Joe, after the leadoff era, that is 7 straight base hits by Gross Oil.
Wow.
And I mean, they've been clean. They've ripped it.
Billy watches that pitch go by a bit inside.
He had a single his first at bat.
Ernie Myers on deck. Billy ropes this one, but it's going to go foul. Down the left field side. As we said earlier, we've got a real good crowd on hand here tonight.
Still a lot of people here. We've lost a few that were here for the women's game. I guess the Sooners have gone home and probably soaking.
You said it, not me.
Well, if I'd have played, that's where I'd have been. That's right.
Fly ball to left field, and it's caught out there for out number 2.
That's a line shot. Johnny Russell pulls it in, as Joe tells you, for the second out. And Ernie Myers will come to bat, the 10th batter in this inning. Runners unable to advance. That was a line shot.
It was. Ernie swings through the first pitch from Napier.
Tell you, a guy they need to get in this game who's back in this area now is Randy Hampton. He was a heck of a softball player.
He's a pretty good golfer, pretty good athlete altogether.
He is. Well played football at Vanderbilt.
Sure did.
I'll tell a little story on him here in a minute. This is when we used to host. They used to host some tournaments here.
Ernie's going to get a base hit to left field. Johnny Russell gets it back in, but bases will be loaded here for Gross Oil with Earl Hatchett coming to the plate.
His second at bat this inning. Hartman was hosting a tournament up at American Legion Field. Randy Hampton was playing center field. You know, that pretty size field back there at center field. Right. Playing Logan County Aluminum, I believe. They hit a couple deep fly balls out there, and he threw 2 guys out that tagged up at third on a line drive. They would have took the pitcher's head off, so they quit running on him.
I'd say so. I would too.
He was standing out there right against the fence, and I mean,
wow.
He threw line shots that they didn't look like they got 6 feet off the ground.
Unbelievable.
And nailed 2 runners tagging up at third, so they quit running on him. That's what kind of arm he had, or should I say cannon.
A pitch in there for a strike on Earl Hatchett. 3. So, the Gross Oil team leaves the bases loaded, but still, they're able to get 5 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, and they come back strong to take a 5-4 lead.
You're right, Joe. They picked up 5 runs off of 8 hits. I see.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Test here by Danny Simmons. What's he want to know? Could he come up? I guess let him bat and run for him, you reckon, or something? Or were they questioned about that? Because Earl don't have any extra players, but
Phil looks like pulled a muscle or something, and I think they are going to let Danny run for him.
they let him get in the right-hand side of the box, and if he hits it, then run, or what? How they get? He's not going to have a very good head start anyway.
No, he's not.
Have the invisible man or something.
Rogers gives it a ride, but it goes foul down the right side.
He tried to take that one out of here. He didn't want to have to run. He wanted to make that home run trot.
I played a little softball with Phil on the Donnelly's team, and I've seen him poke a few out of some parks around this area.
I think it said in his bio he played on the state championship team at Calvert High School.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, Coach Boy Meadows coached. Yeah.
That pitch comes up short.
It might have been illegal.
Maybe a little too much arch on it. There's some popped up on the infield, but goes foul. But
yeah, he's out on the third foul, on the third strike foul
on him there, so.
Didn't have to run.
Nope. Didn't have to worry about it. And here comes Joe Jackman.
And Joe with a single his first at bat.
Billy Joe Toms on deck. Jackman hits it in the air. It's going to go foul, though, back here behind home plate.
The councilman didn't get up after that one too quick.
5-4 lead here for Gross Oil. They got all 5 of their runs back in the bottom of the 3rd. The ground ball to third baseman, Butch Cassidy. Throw to Clifton Williams in the dirt, but Clifton digs it out for out number 2.
Yeah, had plenty of time. Ball a little in the dirt. Nice scoop there by Clifton.
Here's right fielder Billy Joe Toms.
Billy Joe with a double and an RBI in the second inning. What they ought to do is try to get 11 players where they could play with 5 outfielders, and then they don't have to run as hard. It would be better for this. Save some of those legs.
I would say that would be a good idea to look into. Ball hit well to right side. It's going to go foul, though.
Haywood Alexander not here tonight. I haven't talked to him in several days. I don't know whether he's out of town or he's first time I remember him not playing.
He may have had a late afternoon of golf or something.
He may be in Lexington trying to get the basketball program straightened out. Could be home resting his voice. Football season is about ready to start.
That's right. Ball hit in the air to right field. That'll drop. Toms rounds first. He's on his way to second. He'll be in there with a stand-up double.
Well, he has 2 base hits, both of them doubles here tonight. Joe Danny Hutchins, no neck to step in. The second baseman He grounded out to Billy Lindsay his first at bat.
Danny Simmons on deck.
Bob's going to tackle needing to pick up a run or two here in this inning. They fell behind after Gross Oil picked up 5 in the bottom of the third. Danny watches the first 2 pitches.
2-0 count. Make it 3-0. That one's outside.
He may draw a walk. I don't think we've had a walk so far in this ball game, have we?
Can't remember one. And he's not going to draw one either.
That one? Oh.
Ground ball to the shortstop, Bobby Landrum. Had a little trouble with it. And Joe Danny will reach safely, so there'll be runners in the corners with 2 away. Back to the top of the order for Bob's gun and tackle. Here comes Danny Simmons.
It looked like Bobby went to pick that one up, and he wanted his foot slipped out from under him, and he just backed off the ball, and then he had no play. Oh, well, switching coaches there on third base. They're going to send Jerry Eubank over to coach third, as Carl Napier will be on deck. So Danny Simmons steps in. Danny 0 for 2 on the night.
Mike Smith making sure his defense is set behind him here before he pitches to Danny.
We do have 2 outs, and he could tie it up with a base hit.
Fly ball to center field. That'll drop. Billy Joe Tom scores. Danny Houchins pulls up at second base. So we've got a tie ball game at 5.
Danny Simmons gets his first base hit, picks up the RBI. Carl Napier step in. Carl 1 for 2, scored a run in the third.
Runners at first and second base. Oh, swing and a miss for Carl. Ground ball to the right side. Billy Lindsay down to one knee to field at second base, as opposed to Landrum covering the bag at second. And that'll do it for the top of the 4th inning, or for the bottom of the 4th inning, I should say. Nope, that was the top of the 4th. I'll get it straight here in just a minute.
You're right, Joe. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, 2 left on. So it's 5-5 after 3.5.
I've got you messed up.
And we'll be right back after this timeout on WCLU 1490.
Hey, Kristen. Hey, Amber. Monday mornings, huh? What are you talking about? Monday mornings, they're just, like...
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
4th inning, Earl Kilburn to lead things off for Gross Oil. I think Earl may have got a little piece of that ball, but it's foul.
I thought a bee was after him. Running around there. Don't let them get behind you.
Yeah, that's right. Carl Napier still pitching for this Bob's Gun and Tackle team.
Nobody's moved on defense either.
Kilburn hits it back at Napier. For the first base, where Joe Jackman's covering for out number 1.
A 1-3 put out. That's the first time they put Earl down. He's had 2 singles and scored a run. Bobby Landrum has also 2 singles, and he's also scored a run.
First pitch from Napier is a bit short. That was inside, so 2-0 now on Landrum. And he'll draw a walk on 4 straight pitches.
We had a walk in the top of the half of the inning, didn't we? No, we didn't. Danny Houchins about walked and swung on the pitch. We thought we were going to have one. That's the first walk given up here in this ball game tonight.
Here's the pitcher, Mike Smith.
Mike 1 for 2 with a run scored.
That one drops in for a strike.
because now they can start fooling you with crazy pitches.
And
he's out.
Foul ball to the left field line, and
Well, that's the third strike.
is out.
Yep, that's the foul out rule. So, the third strike rule, foul, So, out number 2.
Here's Butch Cassidy.
That's why you hate to get behind 0-2 in the count or something, because you can't let something go by that's even close, and if it's not a pretty good pitch, you'll be more likely going to foul it off, and you're going to the dugout.
That was certainly the case there. Here comes Butch, third baseman.
Butch with a big single in the third inning. It drove in 2 runs. He also scored later.
Ground ball to the left side. Johnny Bench with a diving attempt, but unable to come up with it cleanly.
I think we'll have an infield hit. Landrum will move on to second base.
And runners at first and second. James Clemens coming to the plate.
James Clemens with a double and 2 RBIs in the third inning.
We're in the bottom of the fourth inning, tied at 5.
We're going to have to get on Councilman Farrell. He's not keeping them bats picked up. He's on deck. He ripped that one.
Gave it a ride, but I think it's going to go foul. It does.
Johnny Russell gave it a good chase.
James Clemens will come back and do it all over again. Well, from what we understand, the series is tied here 3-3 between these two ball clubs, and we've got a tie ball game at 5-5 in the bottom of the fourth, so just as competitive as ever. Here's the 0-1 from Carl Napier. Clemens, a line drive, and dropped by Eubank, and he'll not have a play. That was one of those, looked like one of those maybe knuckleballs.
It did. It had some kind of spin, and then James quick enough that he had no play yet anywhere, so all runners wind up safe, and so Jimmy Farrell will step up with bases loaded and 2 outs.
Chance to break the tie here for the Gross Oil coach.
He had a big single his last time and did drive in a run in that third inning when they picked up the 5 runs.
Pitch off the plate outside. Bill, fly ball to right field. Going back out there is Bobby Duvall, and he'll make the catch. Bobby had a little ground to cover, but he's able to get to the spot to record out number 3, and we'll go to the top of the 5th inning, still tied at 5.
Well, we had no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 3 left on. So after 4 complete, it's 5 apiece here in this Randall Cook Memorial Classic, and we'll be right back after this timeout on 14 Karat Gold.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Here for Bob's gun and tackle. Will be followed by Johnny Russell and Jerry Eubank. Billy Lindsay out in the grass out there at second base. Guarding against the hard ground shot.
Gives a little more reaction time, too, on that line.
Still pitching here for Gross Oil.
Johnny with a single his last at bat and then did score.
Pitch is outside. So I believe it's a 3-0 count. Vance hits it hard back up the middle for a base hit. Coach Vance reaches with nobody out. And Johnny Russell steps in now, the left center fielder. Or the left fielder, I should say.
Johnny 2 for 2 on the night, had a double, scored a run in the second inning, and then had a single with an RBI in the third.
We'll bring the outfielders in just a little bit here.
Telling Earl he's just a little too deep. Earl Hatchett out there wanted to bring him in a little bit. Not wanting to poke one under them.
The line drive into right field for a hit. Ernie Myers comes in on it, gets it back on into the infield, but Johnny Vance will take third base. So runners will be at the corner with still nobody out, and the batter will be the shortstop, Jerry Eubank.
Nobody out. Bob's gun and tackle looking to take the lead back. We're talking about football starting in a month. Golf starts in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's right.
2.5 weeks.
August the 4th, I know, is the Glasgow Invitational Tournament. And I think they play maybe even that weekend before that. So maybe the last weekend of July, maybe next weekend.
Base hit by Jerry Eubank, and that'll score a run. Jerry picks up his second RBI of the night.
Johnny Vance scores to make it a 6-5 ball game.
Russell moves on to second base. I think they're going to try to have a soccer scrimmage or something. Is it an inaugural game at the new complex or something?
The way it worked out, the two teams already had all their scrimmages that they could schedule. So, but they're going to still try to do something for an opening ceremony out there at the new soccer complex. Still not sure, as far as I know, about the exact date yet, but it's going to be probably the first or second weekend in August. Bobby Duvall, the batter, ground ball at shortstop, and it'll get into left center field.
Bases are now loaded with nobody out after 4 straight singles, and Phil Rogers will step up. I guess they'll have to try to find him a runner.
Phil walking very gingerly up to the plate.
I'll tell you what they ought to do. Jimmy Farrell's catching. When he hits it, they ought to just let him run it going. He just take off. He won't get up and run.
I think the potential runner is going to be Danny Simmons again.
Carl's going to go coach third base.
And we appear to be set to go now. Bases loaded. Rogers back up the middle. And that'll get through for a hit. Jerry Eubank turns on the speed as he rounds the corner, and he'll score. 2 runs come in there for Bob's gun and tackle.
We'll have runners on first and third. That's 5 straight singles for the Bob's gun and tackle, Joe. And Gross Oil yet to record an out. Joe Jackman 1 for 2 tonight.
Ground ball to the left side. Nice play by Butch Cassidy, but he threw it away. Trying to go to second base, and the throw was wide. Gets into right field. Bobby Duvall scores. Danny Simmons rounds third, and they're going to force him to go back to third base. Butch made a nice play to come up for the ball, but just rushed the throw a little bit, it looked like. And that'll bring Billy Joe Thompson to the plate, still with nobody out, and Bob's gun and tackle already with 4 runs in here in the top of the 5th.
And Billy Joe with 2 doubles on the evening and 1 RBI. He has scored 1 run.
Joe Denny Houdson's on deck. Tom's ropes it to right field.
Myers going to scoop that one in. They're going to try to score, but Danny Simmons does tag up, so he'll get a sacrifice off of that.
Ernie made the catch in foul territory, I believe, that time.
Yes, he did. That is out number 1. Danny Simmons does come home and score on the sacrifice.
Oh!
Yeah. Well, Phil Rogers scored.
Technically, yeah, it was Phil. Danny was running for him.
Joe Danny Houdson's up. Danny looking for his first hit. He grounded out to Billy Lindsay and then reached by Era.
10-5 lead for Bob's gun and tackle. Danny hits the fly ball over the head of Earl Kilborn.
Misplayed that one. He had a bad angle.
And the runners will hold at second and third. Joe Jackman at third. Joe Denny Houdson's at second. And back to the top of the order for Bob's gun and tackle with Danny Simmons.
I think that ball sailed on Earl a little bit. He was playing over near the line. It was hit back to his left, and he broke on it, but he didn't pick a very good angle, and it was over his head.
Now, as I said, here comes the left center fielder, Danny Simmons, and runners at second and third base. Still just one away here in the top of the fifth.
Danny Simmons is 1 for 3 on the night, has an RBI. Oh, he lays down.
Soft grounder back to the pitcher, and Mike Smith tried to scoop it up and flip it over to Williams, but couldn't make the play, and that will allow Jackman to score from third base, and Houchins takes third.
I won't give an RBI on that one. On the drop ball, the run score on the error at first on the drop ball or the pitch. I don't know, it looked handable. Is that a new word there?
I don't know. I've created a few myself, so that's okay.
After I said it, I realized it. Carl Napier steps in, 1 for 3. Scored a run.
First couple of pitches are outside, I believe. 2-0 the count. Runners at the corners here. Napier with a rope into right field, but on the line, and it'll be caught by Ernie Myers. Gets it back into first base, but the throw got away. They had a chance to double play as Danny Simmons had ventured a little bit too far off the bag, but throw got away, and he was able to get back in there. 2 away, though. And the batter is Johnny Vance.
He got that ball quick in, and was Danny Simmons off the bag at third and had to go back to tag up, unable to score on third base. So 2 down, and Johnny Vance steps back in. 2 for 3, scored 2 runs.
Vance hits a fly ball to right field.
I believe that's in no man's land. Nobody will get to it.
Drops in foul territory. Bob's gun and tackle in front here, 11-5. All 6 out of these runs, I should say, have come here in the top of the 5th inning. We had a tie ball game going into this inning. Pitch is outside, 1-1 the count. That one's deep, 2-1.
Johnny Vance led this inning off with a single and then later scored on the single by Jerry Eubank.
3-1 now. Johnny Russell would be next. That's a ball hit to right field. That'll drop. Earl Hatchett coming in on it. We'll get it back in onto the infield, but not before at least 1 run scores. Now they're going to cut Danny Simmons off as he tries to come home, and he'll be chased back to third base by Jimmy Farrell. Johnny Vance in with the RBI double. It's now a 12-5 ball game.
Johnny Russell steps in. 3 for 3, 2 runs scored and 1 RBI.
First offering from Smith is outside. That one drops in for a strike.
Yeah, it must have been a curveball. He lifted his arms up like he was inside and fell right over.
That one hit the plate, I believe. 2-1. Bob's running tackle, trying to take a little bit of a commanding lead in this ball game. Ground ball to the right side. Billy Lindsay couldn't quite come up with it over there at second base. Had to cover a lot of ground. And 2 runs will score. Danny Simmons and Johnny Vance both come around to score. 14-5 now. 9 runs here in the top of the 5th inning for Bob's gun and tackle.
This is the 13th batter in the inning. Jerry Eubank steps back in. He's already had 1 single. Of course, Vance and Russell each with 2 hits this inning.
They'll move the outfielders around a little bit here as Jerry Eubank comes up.
Well, Jerry's gone down that third base side about every trip.
He does again, yep. Butch Cassidy scoops it up over to Bob's gunning tackle finally retired here in the top of the fifth, but a huge inning for them as they played 9 runs. And they take a 14-5 lead. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth after this, Bruce.
9 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, 2 left on, I'm sorry. One left on. After we played 4.5, we now have a 14-5 lead in favor of Bob's Gun Attack. We'll be right back. There's time out on WCLU Sports.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Gun and tackle leading Gross Oil here in the men's contest of the 7th annual Randall Cook Memorial Softball Classic here from Beaver Trail Park. Joe Myers and Bruce Tribune with you. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Clifton Williams will lead things off for Gross Oil in the bottom of the fifth. He'll be followed by Billy Lindsay and Ernie Myers.
I talked about Haywood Alexander not being here. Alan Happney's not here this year. He's played for several years. Yeah, Bobby Chapman. Yeah, Bobby came up last year from Decatur, Georgia and played. He's been a spotty player, but he didn't make it this year.
Ground ball to the left side. Nice play by Johnny Vance, but the throw gets away over there at first base. Coach Vance did a nice job just to come up with that one.
Well, he had to go such a long way and right-handed player there to get up and get square to get that throw off. He just never got his feet planted, and the ball just a little off line.
Here's Billy Lindsay.
Billy 1 for 2 on the evening.
Into left field, a line drive shot caught out there by Johnny Russell.
No, they've switched around. That's Billy Joe Toms is in left field now. Johnny Russell's moved to left center. And I guess they moved, who was in Danny moved to, no, Danny stayed in left center. Johnny Russell's moved to right center.
So Billy Joe and
Dan, they just
switched. Oh, okay.
That brings up Ernie Myers. Ernie 1 for 2 on the evening. Had a single in the 3rd inning.
Pitch from Napier's outside.
Gave up 9 runs there in the top of the fifth, and they need to score a few themselves. That's fair ball.
Yep, just barely. I believe I saw a chalk fly out there in left field. Ernie reaches safely. Clifton Williams moves up to second base. So runners at first and second with 1 away.
Gets his second hit on the evening, and I believe Earl Hatchett will step in. Earl's gotten pretty hot out there tonight.
Yeah. Hatchet.
That's going to be a hit.
Base hit to left field.
Billy Joe don't pick it up. Clifton Williams will score. Ernie Myers will move into third. Oh, he's pulling up a little slow, and a double. Well, it's a single with an error, I believe.
Earl Hatchet ends up at second base. He gets the RBI. 14-6. Still trying to cut into that Bob's Gun and Tackle lead. Here's Earl Kilburn.
Back to the top of the order, Earl 2 for 3. He had a couple singles in the 1st and 3rd inning, scored in the 3rd.
First offering from Carl Napier's outside. That one drops in for a call strike. There's a line shot up the middle.
Want to score.
Ernie Myers coming in. 14-7. Earl Hatchett moves over to third base. So runners in the corners after that base hit for Earl Kilburn. And here's the shortstop, Bobby Lambert.
You think these hitters, they get smarter as they've gotten older, though, instead of, trying to go to the fence, they're just taking those base hits in there. Where they...
All popped up. There you Eubank going back on it. He'll make the catch out there in short center field. Earl Hatchett, I should say, trying to tag, and he will. Well, caught Coach Eubank backing up there, and while he was backpedaling, Earl said, well, let's try this.
We'll give Bobby Landon a sacrifice fly there back into the grass, and deep enough that Earl Hatchett, was able to score. Earl Kilburn stays on first.
And the batter is Mike Smith.
Mike's up. Mike just 1 for 3 on the night. Which his last at bat, he got in the hole 0-2, and then he was called out on the foul out third strike rule.
That one's in close, yeah. 1-1.
Carl's had Mike's number tonight. He's been able to drop it in there. That's going to be inside, I believe.
Ground ball to Eubank at shortstop, and he'll get it to Houchins covering second base for out number 3. That'll do it for Gross Oil in the bottom of the 5th, and we'll move to the top of the 6th inning. And Gross Oil able to cut into that Bob's Gun and Tackle lead just a little bit. At the top of the 6th.
Picked up 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, 1 left on. So after 5 complete, it's 14-8 in favor of Bob's Gun and Tackle over the Gross Oil team. We'll be right back at this time out on WCLU Sports.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Gun and Tackle here as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Leading things off will be Bobby Duvall for Bob's Gun and Tackle. He'll be followed by Phil Rogers, then Joe Jackman. Here's a ground ball to the left side. That's through for a base hit between short and third. Phil Rogers will now step up.
Phil Rogers is 1 for 3, has 2 RBIs and scored 2 runs.
And his stand-in runner, again, will be Danny Simmons. Phil injured himself a little bit earlier in the ball game in case you're going into the slate, so he's unable to run, but he's still batting and having Danny Simmons run for him. That pitch comes up short. Rogers watches that go by for a strike.
Gross Oil needs to tighten up the defense. They can't afford to give away many more runs here.
Now on a strike 2. 2-strike count on Phil Rogers. He swings away, hits one well into right field. Ernie Myers on his horse. It's over his head. Bobby Duvall will round third. He's going to score easily. Danny Simmons jogging around second. He'll pull up at third. Nope, now he's going to try to score as the ball gets away. And that's the easiest inside the park home run Phil Rogers will ever have.
Well, I'm going to score a triple with an error on the throw.
Phil got the big hit. Danny Simmons did most of the work by running the bases for him.
Yes, he did. And those are 2 big runs now, 16-8 in favor of Bob's Gun and Tackle, still with no outs in the top of the 6th.
It's a pop-up on the infield, called out there by Billy Lindsay at second base. Batter that time, by the way, was Joe Jackman. And here's Billy Joe Toms.
Billy Joe's 2 for 2, both with doubles. Had a sacrifice fly his last at bat in the 5th inning.
Ground ball to the left side. Bobby Landrum has it. The throw to Clifton Williams is in the dirt.
He won't try to advance.
16-8. Bob's Gun Tackle in front here in the top of the 6th inning. Joe Danny Houchins steps up. Just one away. And a runner at first base.
Houchins is 1 for 3, scored a run. That one hit was a double, though, in the 5th inning, the big 5th inning when they picked up 9 runs.
Flying ball, going to get out of play to the left side. Danny Simmons is on deck. Ground ball back up the middle, and that'll get through for a hit. We go back to the top of the order with Danny Simmons, the left center fielder.
We've seen some balls get through tonight, though, that in these players' days would have been an easy plays for them. And we've seen some outstanding plays out there tonight also, but...
Yeah, it's been fun, for sure.
Danny Simmons 2 for 4, scored a run, has an RBI. Both of his hits were singles.
Back up the middle, Landrum has it at shortstop. He'll go over to third base for the poor shot there. Butch Cassidy covering. So 2 down now. It's kind of a tough play for Landrum there. Going one way, had to turn back around and throw over to third base.
Right. Probably didn't think they had an opportunity to maybe get the double, so he wanted to be sure and try to, cut that lead runner down.
Here's Carl Napier.
Carl 1 for 2, scored a run in the 3rd inning.
Fly ball into right center field. Earl Hatchett's coming in on it, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. So, Bob's Gun and Tackle retired in the top of the 6th inning. They do get a couple more runs, though, and they lead 16-8.
Joe, they picked up 2 runs off of 3 hits. There were 2 errors and 2 left. So after 5 and a half, it's Bob's Gun and Tackle 16, Gross Oil 8. We'll be right back after this timeout on 14 Karat Gold.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Fall Classic. And leading things off for Gross Oil, Butch Cassidy. James Clemens will be next, and then Jimmy Farrell will be the 3rd batter in this inning.
Butch 2 for 3 on the evening, both singles, 2 RBIs.
Fouls this one off back behind the plate. Strike 1.
Well, most of these guys probably worked today, and now they played softball here for about an hour and a half. And this, 3rd, 4th bat, they're probably starting to get a little tired, don't you?
Well, and the heat on top of that, too. Cassidy hits one well, but it's going to go foul on the left field side. So 0-2 count here to Butch Cassidy.
Some runs here in the bottom of the 6th. They trail it by 8.
You don't want to try to get all that in one inning there. Try to get a little bit back at a time.
They shut Bob's Gun and Tackle down in the 1st inning, and
The fly ball to left field, and Billy Joe Toms will come in on it, make the catch, 4 out, number 1.
old basket catch, the Willie Mays catch. James Clemens is the batter, 1 for 3 on the evening. He's reached on an error. He does have a double with 2 RBIs.
Time called momentarily. Now we're set to go again.
We talked about the Bob's Gun and Tackle, the left-hand batters, and they've got a lot of left-hand gloves.
The ground ball to Jerry Eubank at shortstop. Makes the play over to Joe Jackman at first base. 2 down now at the bottom of the 6th.
You know, you just don't see as many left-hand players as what we've got out here.
There's all kinds of them tonight.
went 1 for 3 on the evening, had a single, an RBI in the third inning. We're waiting for the runner to clear the field.
The fly ball into right field. Bobby Duvall camps out underneath it, and he'll make the catch.
That's a 1-2-3 inning for Gross Oil, so no runs, no hits, no errors after 6 complete. Bob's gun and tackle 16, Gross Oil 8. We will return after this timeout on 14 Karat Gold.
Hose burst. It always happens when you least expect it. A hydraulic hose burst, and suddenly everyone's screaming at you to get a replacement now. Fortunately,
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Is the score, and Bob's going to tackle in front here. They'll come to bat, and Johnny Vance going to lead things off, followed by Johnny Russell and then Jerry Eubank.
Johnny 3 for 4 tonight, scored 3 runs, had a double and 1 RBI. The only time they got him was there in the first inning when he flew out to the rover Earl Hatchett to end the inning.
First pitch from Mike Smith, I think a little deep that time. That one drops in for a strike. Outside with that offering, 2-1. Fly ball into right center field. Earl Hatchett coming in on it, won't get there. Billy Lindsay went out on it, tried to make the catch from his second base spot. And just kind of dropped in no man's land out there. So Johnny Vance on with a single.
Yeah, Earl just a long way to come that time and not able to get there. So there's another single for Johnny Vance. If he doesn't bat anymore, if this is the ball game, he's going to wind up 4 or 5, but Johnny Russell will step in. And so far on the evening, he's 4 for 4 on the night with 3 RBIs and has scored 2 runs. He also has an extra base hit, a double in the second inning.
Back up the middle. Billy Lindsay will make the play, scoops, and tosses it over to Mike Smith, to Bobby Landrum, covering second base, route number 1.
Hey, that's another one of those 1-4-6s, I think. Mike Smith got a hand on that for the ball, for the first out, but Johnny Russell, first time they're able to get him. He does reach by the fielder's choice, but
Jerry Eubank comes up now. Line drive into right field. Ernie Myers coming in on it, couldn't make the catch. And Johnny Russell rounding third. Looks like he's going to try to score. He will.
He's going to have to score because Coach Eubank's going to third base.
And he'll hold up there. That makes it a 17-8 ball game. Good effort out there by Ernie Myers, but just couldn't quite come up with it. Bobby Duvall steps in now.
Bobby 2 for 4 on the evening with an RBI and 2 runs scored.
Right back up the middle, fielded by Mike Smith. He holds Eubank, goes to first for the out there. Now they come home as Jerry tries to score, and
He's safe. He got his foot on the plate. He did. I didn't think his foot was on the plate, but he's safe.
I don't know how he got under there, but he sure did. The throw beat him there pretty badly, but somehow he was able to slide underneath it. Jimmy Farrell, I think, giving Mojo Cord a little grief back here behind the plate. But
Well, I think it was probably a good call. I was trying to see if his foot hadn't got to the base, he would have been out. Farrell was down the line a little bit, but Coach Eubank got that foot in there, and then the tag was made, I think, after he was on the base.
an 18-8 ball game now, 10-run advantage.
Start to say they're going to make a field run for himself this time after that triple the last time, but there comes Danny Simmons.
Two down. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Bob's gun and tackle. Cruising right along in this one now with that 10 calls the walk. Here's Joe Jackman.
Joe 1 for 4 on the evening.
Swing and a miss. That one just outside. 1-1 the count. The fly ball to left field, and that drops just inside the foul line. Simmons will probably take third, and he will. Running to Phil Rogers. Jackson holds up there at first base, and here's Billy Joe Tom. We'll remind you one more time about the State Co-Ed Recreational Slow Pitch Softball Tournament. It's going to be held in Glasgow on Saturday, August 6th. Entry fee is $200. The ASA sanction fee is $25. Entries will be received through Wednesday, August 3rd at 4 o'clock. August 7th will be used as the rain-out date if necessary. And if you need more information on this, call 651-3811. Ground ball to the left side, a diving stop by Bobby Landrum, and throws to Billy Lindsay covering the bag at second base for out number 3. Nice play by Landrum and a nice play by Lindsay on both ends. That'll end it here in the top of the 7th inning, and Gross Oil down to their final 3 outs. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th in just a moment.
And Bob Gunhackle picked up 3 runs off of 3 hits, no errors, 2 left on. So after 6 and a half, it is now 19, I believe, to 8 in favor of Bob Gunhackle. We'll be right back after the timeout on WCLU Sports.
Hey, Kristen. Hey, Amber. Monday mornings, huh? What are you talking about? Monday mornings are just, wonderful for me, filled with promise. Kristen, are you?
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Joe Myers and Bruce Trevue back with you at Beaver Trail Park here in Glasgow. We move to the bottom of the 7th inning. And it is Bob's gun and tackle with an 18-8 lead. Clifton Williams going to lead things off for Gross Oil. They'll need 10 runs here in the bottom of the 7th just to keep playing. The Sooners won the first ball game here tonight, the women's game. They defeated the Big Timers by a score of 14-11. And in this one, Bob's going to tackle with a 10-run lead. Ground ball to the left side, goes foul. Clifton Williams going to be followed in the order here by Billy Lindsay and then Ernie Myers. Seventh annual Randall Cook Memorial Classic. It's been a good one again. Pitch from Napier's outside. 1-1. Fly ball to left center field, coming in on it, but will not get there. That's Billy Joe Toms. Williams reaches safely with a single, and Billy Lindsay will come to the plate.
His second hit on the evening. Billy Lindsay 1 for 3 on the evening. That was a single in the second inning.
Hard ground ball. Johnny Vance fields it at third base. Watch out for 2 here. Joe Denny Houchins on the first, not in time. Billy showing he's still got a little bit of that speed. Able to beat the throw for the tipped double play, but they do get the out at second base. Clifton Williams tied there, so 1 down, and here comes Ernie Myers.
Ernie Myers will step in. Ernie, 2 for 3 on the evening. Both of those were singles. He did score a run in the 5th inning.
Swing and a miss. Strike
Now he's in danger. He's got to put it in play.
Has the 0-2 count on him. Earl Hatchett's on deck. And he'll foul out. He's not too happy with himself after that effort. Here's Earl Hatchett. 18-8. Brahms running tackle with a 10-run advantage here. And Gross Oil down to their final out. Pitch from Carl Napier is inside. Ground ball to Eubank at shortstop. He scoops it up over to first base. Way out, Joe Jackman, and that'll do it.
And there's no runs, one hit, no errors, one left on. So the final in this ball.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.